Why are Magic players so freaking sweaty, dude? Have they ever heard of deodorant? Have they ever heard of a shower?
That's not what they mean when they say sweaty.
Oh.
They mean like turn 1 Black Lotus in Commander.
In Standard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, why have I never seen that card played in Standard?
Yeah, Black Lotus sucks, dude. I've never seen him played.
Okay. Welcome to the Thoughtcast, a powerful Magic podcast. I'm your host, Louis McClung.
And I'm your host, Ian.
Today we're talking about if competitive Commander is a bad thing. It's a quick podcast episode we're going to do. Just a little something. So we've seen a couple discussions going on online. One was from Maldhound.
Yeah.
Shout out Maldhound. What's up, dude?
Hot, sexy boy.
What the hell? Anyways, they made a video saying, I don't like competitive Commander. They went in a little more in depth of what they meant when they said that, but we're not going to go in depth. You can go watch their video. Yeah. Then there's the, 12-hour cEDH game? Was it 12?
It was 11.
11-hour cEDH, might as well be 12.
Yeah.
11-hour cEDH game. And then there's Big Gulp Commander.
Commander.
Let's explain, okay? So, there are two different types.
Big Commander?
Yeah. There's two different types of what people think when they hear competitive Commander. There's people who are wrong, and there's the people who are right. And competitive Commander, cEDH, competitive Elder Dragon Highlander, is when your deck is optimized to the utmost degree to win with a certain legendary creature, and is there to kick the ass of 3 other people as quickly and efficiently as possible with no drag.
And it's very, meta.
Streamlined.
There is a... This is good in cEDH.
Yeah, if you're not winning with Thassa's Oracle...
The Modern Consultation, what's the Underworld Breach?
Underworld Breach
LED,
combo with LED and Brainstorm, or a 2-card combo involving your commander. Yeah, VV's really good, but what I mean is like a 2-card combo involving your commander.
Yeah.
With VV, that's just put Curiosity and draw your whole deck by casting spells. But genuinely, it's all about, can my deck win on turn 2? Yes. Do that.
Yeah.
Great, that's cEDH, Right? Some people think, Edgar Markov, that card killed me with an infinite combo, that must be competitive Commander.
No, it's high power,
yes,
but it's not cEDH.
So what's Big Gulp Commander, you ask?
Yeah,
Benjamin Wheeler, one of my favorite content creators on the internet ever, said, Big Gulp Commanders, when you have these guys, they show up to a table, right? They have disposable income. They show up with their big gulps, and they slam it on the table. And they have their foiled out Edgar Markov list. Yeah. And they're just like, Cloudstone Curio. That's Big Gulp Commander. Okay. Is that competitive Commander? No. Is it strong? Yes.
It is competitive in the fact that they're, trying to win. But it's not competitive in the fact that it's
That's exactly where I disagree.
Okay.
Right? Every deck should be trying to win. And anybody who says they aren't is fucking lying, okay?
Or they're in bracket 1 and just trying to have a good time.
Sure, but that deck still wants to win.
Yeah.
Okay, whether you say so or not, you're lying, okay? Your deck's goal in a game of Commander is to win. So the fact that your deck is trying to win does not make it competitive. Mm-hmm. There is a bracket 4, which means that your deck is optimized to a degree that it can have combos or it can have land disruption or whatever. Is that competitive? Would that survive at a tournament level play? No, probably not. Okay. Well, no, tournament is cEDH. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. You show up to a tournament with your Edgar Markov win on turn 6 deck, you're gonna get folded in half.
Nice drop going 0-16.
Yeah. You're gonna get folded in half 14 times out of 12, dude. It's just you're done. Yeah, it's not at all close to the same thing.
No.
So where I come in with my point of view,
what?
I came, bro. I came. Wait, what does Red Bull say? I mean, Pitbull, Red Bull. Wow, shit. What does Red Bull say? Wings. Anyways, sorry, little derailed. Where I come in with my opinion is that there are 2 types of competitive Commander, and one of them is healthy. Okay? And that is cEDH.
Yes.
Because I played cEDH before. Yes, people can get a little salty, but I played at tournaments, I've played at cons, whatever.
And generally, the players at cEDH are usually the best.
Usually not even...
in terms of, hospitality. Hospitality.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
except
when
for that
saying,
11-hour game.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's not hospitality. That's like, oof, that sucks, man. Yeah. Because is that bad for the format, that a game in 11 hours at a fluke? No. That's interesting. It's neat. Does it suck for those people?
Yes.
Is it like people saw this and were like, this is why cEDH sucks? dude, this happened one time. One time, and the whole format sucks? You're delusional. That's not how statistics work, okay? The whole point of cEDH is that everybody's on an even keeled. Everybody is trying to do everything the correct way, okay? And some people show up with rogue lists and kill, but their deck also wins on turn 2. So, or at least stacks your opponents out by turn 2. But what I'm saying is that the environment of cEDH is great. Is it hard to break into? Yes, if you hate proxies.
Oh my god. Yes, if you hate proxies, and yes, if you don't want to, like...
If you're a new player.
If you're a new player. Unless you want to get thrown into the deep end of the pool, which is cool.
Some people thrive there. That's what I'm saying.
If you're like a Yu-Gi-Oh player, honestly, cEDH might be for you.
Maybe. I mean, so cEDH is really hard for, like... I mean, if you've been playing for 6 months, then maybe you can try it. Not a new player, because then you don't know what the fuck anything does. So, like, the whole point of cEDH is a good thing, in my opinion. And I think that the environment around it is good. Big Gulp Commander is bad. It's so bad, dude. Especially, or I mean, if you're showing up with your other Big Gulp friends at your house with your cards, that's not a problem.
Play the game you want to play.
You're in your own environment. We're talking about when you go to your local game store on a casual Commander night, right? Is the people coming with their Dragon deck a bad thing? In my opinion, yes.
I think
unless it's like mono blue, we've already clarified. We've already clarified. If it's not optimized, and that's not a problem. But if your deck is optimized to the utmost degree, and you're coming to play against all the other people for no stakes, just trying to ruin their night, then there's a problem there. Okay.
Like if you want to have fun with that, cool.
Oh, my deck's a bracket too. Anyways,
have
turn 3.
Not wanting to play with or having other people not want to play with you.
Yeah, turn 3. I have an Dragon already, and all of my opponents who just started playing the game 3 months ago don't know what the fuck's going on. So, why is there a difference though?
There needs to be a difference because so many like lower power competitive in what they think it is. So many players think cEDH is just high power commander, and it's not.
Oh my god, so many people don't know what cEDH is. Okay,
because they've never tried it, and they don't.
I've ran into so many people, so many times, where they're like, "No, I don't ever want to play cEDH. That's a terrible thing." And then I'm like, "Okay, what do you think a cEDH deck is?" And they're like, "Oh, I played against this Dragon deck one time, and they killed me with the dragons attacking me." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's not at all what a cEDH deck is."
See, if you were going up against a cEDH deck, you would have had a 5-minute game.
Your mulligans take longer in a deck where you're playing against an optimized cEDH deck, or in a game when you're playing against an optimized cEDH deck.
Oh my god, it's crazy because you can have like 10 minutes of mulliganing where it's like literally just shuffling your deck and then, all right, I'm going down to 4. All right, I'm going down to 3. And then they win. And then the game is 5 minutes, but the mulligan was 10.
Oftentimes in actual cEDH, the whole joke of like, mulligan takes so much longer. No, it doesn't.
No.
In an actual cEDH game where all 4 decks are optimized to a degree, turns take a long time because people are interacting, drawing a lot of cards and stuff like that. Especially with Risic Study still being like a mainstay.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of that, people think that people taking 20-minute turns is cEDH.
No.
And it can be.
Well, only because of other people.
It's 20-minute turns of interaction.
Where everybody's doing
something. Not 20 minutes of solitaire unless they have like a Teferi or like whatever.
That's different. And well, oftentimes in cEDH, if somebody's taking a 20-minute turn, that's because they won. It's not like they're taking 20 minutes to figure out their next play or whatever. Because the big Gulp commanders are still at the level where they're like, "Oh, I didn't even think about my next turn before this turn. I just thought that I play big summons. And I'm going to get my creatures haste, so it doesn't matter." And then they sit there for 5 fucking minutes in their draw step, still figuring out what they're doing. Okay, they haven't put their Saga triggers on the stack yet for the Tom Bombadil deck.
Oh my god.
Oh, Tom Bombadil, that's a cEDH deck, right, Ian? Right, where they have 40 triggers on the stack. That's cEDH.
No, they have Summon Fenrir, so like...
That must be cEDH. No, okay, so I think the main thing that we're trying to bring up here in this episode is that there is some huge disconnect between what people think is cEDH and what isn't at all close, okay?
And, it's cEDH, high-powered commander.
And then everything else.
And then everything else, low-power, casual, whatever you want to call it.
My cool Goblin Welder commander deck.
It is cool.
Yeah.
For instance, like I want to build Wrath Weatherlight Stalwart, like as a spell slinger. Yeah. That guy's so cool.
Right.
It came up in one of our episodes. Go watch that.
Yeah.
And I was just like, you know what? Let's build it. And
Were you goldfishing it?
I wasn't goldfishing it, but I did look up some lists, and people are all like high power cEDH RAF, and I was like, no.
Oh God.
You get like what's the Hull Breaker horror?
Yeah. Oh, then you win. Yeah.
And that's it.
That's true.
And that's it. That's your only. That doesn't.
So one of my cEDH decks that I've played, so I've played 3 in my lifetime, and that's the thing about cEDH. You play like 2 decks or 3 in your lifetime,
and you get really comfortable, and you get better as a pilot with them, and that's really where cEDH
and you've played technically
gets down to skim.
Correct?
I've played.
Well, you've played multiple, but you've owned one.
I've owned one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I've played many cEDH decks. I've only ever owned 3.
Yeah.
Okay. Slicer was my first. Slicer something, hired muscle, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's a very aggressive commander, right?
Mono red
stacks, kind of, because the stacks is in the fact of like you have to play your creatures to block instead of make mana or draw cards, right? You have to play your creatures to block, but like it would win on turn.
I play my Thoracle not to win the game, but to block Slicer.
It happened more times than you'd think, and sometimes they would win the game by reanimating it or whatever. But like genuinely, it was a really good deck for about a month and a half. Like it was really good, and then I played Corvold. Right, all the way up from like 2 years before the ban of Dockside to the ban of Dockside, I played Corvold Fake Curse King. One of the most fun decks I've ever played in my life.
Yeah,
that deck can win on turn 2 reliably. Okay, that is a cEDH deck. Okay, strongest dragon ever in Commander, I think, was Corvold when that card was legal. Okay, Dragon's so strong, right? It can put a creature into play. How about I draw my whole deck and deal infinite damage to the table on turn 2?
Yeah, it's either Corvold or Niv Mizzet. Because
Niv Mizzet
gets counter spells. Like that's the benefit.
Corvold got like 3.
Corvold's like turbo, Niv Mizzet is like trying to turbo, but it gets
Niv
counter spells.
Mizzet doesn't need to turbo.
No,
that's the thing.
it doesn't.
Niv Mizzet was the deck that just like if you let it sit around, it will win.
Yeah.
Right? Now Niv Mizzet sucks because of Jewel Lotus being banned. But like genuinely, the deck at its peak might have been better than Corvold. I might have spoken too soon, honestly. It's close.
Those are 2 of the probably best cEDH dragons,
or just best dragons in Commander of all time.
Yeah.
Like, anyways, that's my disconnect is where people think competitive starts. And usually it's way above where they think it starts, right? Like, some of the commanders that people don't think are cEDH viable, like Satoru the Infiltrator, right? One of my favorite tier 1.5 decks I've ever played, okay? Is it actually tier 1.5? Maybe not.
Probably not.
But playability and learning to play the deck, I won on turn 1 twice with that deck.
And you were such a good pilot with it because you had
played it for so many years.
And so it's like
maybe 2 years.
2 years? Yeah. So like the skill ceiling for cEDH is so much higher than the skill ceiling in high power.
Big gold
commander. But the skill floor is so much lower in cEDH than it is in high power commander as well.
Well, no, it's so low, but it doesn't even come close to touching what you need to be able to do to play in normal commander. Which big gold commander, fun fact, it's just normal commander, okay?
Yeah.
They still lose to board wipes. They still lose to stacks pieces. They still lose to minimal disruption, okay? They are not cEDH because you cast Doomblade and they cry. Like, it's like, and I'm not saying actual Doomblade because I know Ur Dragon doesn't die to Doomblade. Shut up, okay? What is it, Fell?
Yeah.
Who cares? Anyways, like, disruption is the key of cEDH. Like, everybody's using disruption. If there's no disruption, fun fact, it's not cEDH. Okay, if you're not getting counterspelled at least once in a game, it's either because your opponent's mulliganed really aggressively to a stupid thing, or you're not playing cEDH.
Or there's 4 turbo pods.
2
turbo decks in the pod.
And
everybody's trying to see who goes first, and then everybody else can scoop.
Because I remembered playing my cEDH deck one time in like a casual pod. They're like, oh, it's fine. I just have board wipes and stuff. I can interact. I have a, what is it? 6 mana, exile all things, board wipe, farewell, right? They're like, oh, I have farewell and interaration like that, I'll be fine, and then they died on turn 2. Like,
it's like, sure, those
and
decks...
they're like, how did you even do that? And I'm like, oh no, this is normal. this is what the deck does.
This is what I want to do every single game.
Yeah, Satoru the Infiltrator was such a cool deck because it won with Yawgmoth's Will a lot of the time. Like, your whole deck was built around just like cycling cards twice, getting 2 tutors for your Thoracle combo and winning, or just ad nauseum. Just cast ad nauseum. But like, Yeah, sorry, I'm not gonna gush too much about it.
Yeah.
I miss the deck. Okay, we don't get to play cEDH a lot
No.
anymore. It is what it is. But that's because it's kind of parasitic, right? cEDH exists in its own vacuum, kind
Yeah.
of, and that's why a lot of people don't know what an actual cEDH deck is because it kind of exists on its own field. You're not gonna bring a cEDH deck to a table or even a store. Apparently, the people who play cEDH are pretty. They have good common sense a lot of the time, which is kind of cool. But they don't often bring their commander deck to like the random get together store event and just like crush for no reason, right? So that's why oftentimes people don't see them and they exist off in their own realm. Okay, but this is like a PSA, dude. What you think is competitive is bad for the commander whole, right? Like people.
The arms race.
Yeah, the arms race of commander is bad. But cEDH on its own is not a bad thing, I don't think.
Unban Prophet of Crewfix. I'm just kidding.
Holy
That's my brother's
shit.
favorite card.
That's great. Go play it in Modern, okay? Like, it's still playable if you can get it out on turn, like, 3 or 2. Like, it's a good card. But, yeah, no, that would suck.
That would suck.
That would suck, dude. That card was so abysmal. And the thing is, it probably wouldn't even see play in cEDH. It would see play in, like, Tameo, I think.
Timnah Thrasios.
Yeah, Timnah Thrasios.
Anything,
But, like, yeah, genuinely, dude, cEDH is not a bad thing. Honestly, most of the people like not powerful magic. Play to win, right? Play to win. They're just off doing their own thing, man.
Yeah.
They're
Play to
like,
win. Oh my god.
Do we want cEDH to have its own ban list? No, they like the fact that they have to play around this casual format because it's basically its own format, dude. I do despise what people try to do as a competitive outlet for Commander. But if you actually did it for cEDH, that's fine. Go do that, okay? Oh, pardon me. But there is a direct avenue of, like, going to do that. You don't have to crush little tables of people just trying to play Commander, okay? Because...
I think doing that stifles your creativity because then you just kind of end up net decking.
Oh, yeah.
And you don't make any original list for yourself. Like, it's...
So what is our point, though? Let's try and get...
What's our point?
What's our point? Our point, or at least my point, is that I think that Commander should be 2 formats. Like, not 2 ban lists, not 2 that. I mean, genuinely, there is a disconnect, and it should be that way.
Yeah.
I think that you should either be doing cEDH, or you should be having fun. Not somewhere in the middle, all right? Those people who play Big Gold Commander, go play Canadian Highlander, okay? You'll have more fun trying to crush people there. You're still going to lose a lot. Sorry, buddy. You're not going to win against all the people who've been playing for 6 months anymore.
But your win rate goes up from 25% to 50%.
Well, no, the people who do the big gulp thing win a lot of Commander because they're against a bunch of precons.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing. Sure, you're winning a lot, but you're not good at the game.
No.
Okay, you're just crushing noobs. And if that's what you like to do, fuck it. I can't tell you how to live your life, okay? But you're wrong, all right? And if you're playing cEDH, you should also play Canadian Highlander.
Oh, yeah.
That's my point. That's it.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
Play Canadian Highlander.
Yep, that's where it always is. But no, my point obviously is that, like, dude, just play cEDH or don't. Like, that's my disconnect, right?
And if you want to learn what, like, cEDH actually is, take a minute and try to figure it out. Because if you want to play high power, play with your friends, but don't show up to the LGS and just, like,
be that limbo, you know? Like that in-between world where you're like, oh, I lose to all the cEDH, but I'm going to crush all the precons because that's so much fun.
All my decks are bracket 4.5, but it's like everyone at the store is rocking precons or whatever.
Or
and
my trash.
Yeah.
Anyways, thanks for watching this short episode of Play to Win.
No.
And thank you so much for watching this short episode of the Thoughtcast, a Powerful Magic podcast. I've been your host, Lewis.
And I've been your host, Ian.
We'll see you on the next one. You have to come to the next one. You have to. Subscribe. Bye.
Bye, silly beers.
What the fuck does that mean?
Come on, rub my feet.
Rub my belly.